Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about the strategies to maximize the utilization of AFC Legacies. As the vision of the AFC Asian Cup in 2015 is to deliver a world-class event and leaves an enduring legacy for football game in Australia. In order to achieve the long-term sustainability and the utilization of AFC Legacies, we generate some specific strategies and tactics for the Asian Football Cup. There are 4 parts in our presentation. They are introduction, strategies, stakeholders, and summary and reference. The first part is introduction and literature review. AFC is the biggest football competition ever in Australia. It is held every 4 years and it is the pinnacle of Asian football. The Asian Football Cup presents an exciting opportunity to celebrate and honor the place of sports in Australia and further strengthen the relationship between Asian countries. The matches took place in Queensland, Sydney, Canberra, and Melbourne. The local organizing committee is working with Football Federation Australia, state and the federal government to develop legacy programs around trade, investment, diplomatic relations, tourism, communities, and social responsibility, as well as ensuring a long-lasting legacy for football. Poise defines legacy as outlined and unlined positive and negative, intangible and tangible structures created by and for a sports event that remains for a longer time than the event itself. Tangible aspects may include architecture, urban planning, and sports infrastructure or economic achievement. Intangible aspects include the production of ideas, cultural values, education, volunteerism, experience, and know-how. Sports event legacies could bring about commercialization, participation, and to rebrand the image of the city by hosting major sports events such as Olympic Games. Some host governments invest in the development of sports programs and sports infrastructure in the lead period in the event. The aim of this expenditure is not only to build on economic and political capital that can emerge from hosting such events, but also to develop and leverage broader social and community benefits. A previous study showcased the rugby participation in Australia increased following the hosting of the 2003 Rugby World Cup. The registration data suggests that the number of participation kept increasing after the 2003 Rugby World Cup. And now let's move to the second part, the strategies. There are 7 target legacies listed for AFC 2015 strategy pillars. They are: the first one, individual government objectives met. Actively contribute to FFA's target of 100,000 combined A-League club members by 2015. Third, actively contribute to FFA's target of 1 million registrations on FFA database by 2015. Fourth, improvements to all selected training sites. Fifth, 1 annual B2B event in each market. Sixth, establish the Football Asia Council And the last one, implement an education program that supports FFA's targets. Organizers of AFC tried their best to achieve those 7 objectives and to maintain those legacies and put them into a long-term use are the following tasks, not only to AFC, but also the government and other organizations. Certain strategies should be designed to engage the use of those. Individual government's objective met and established the Football Asian Council. The Australian government has noticed that the football is a good method to link Australia to most of the Asian countries in a variety of perspectives. The Football Asia Council is focused on ensuring government and the business leverage the competition to achieve their Asian engagement objectives in areas diplomacy, trade, education, tourism, and business-to-business engagement. The government should strengthen the relationship with the Football Asia Council to get a win-win. Specific, Football Asia Council could organize some football activities, for example, friendlies for communities, and even for Australian national team, offering more opportunity for football players to interact with other players from overseas, as well as draw attention from citizens to let them attracted by football. Moreover, Football Asian Council could offer some free international level referees to A-League or lower league to standardize the competition level to an international standard. Furthermore, the cooperation with media should be strengthened so that certain publicity could attract more attention to football. The contribution to FFA. The governmental and the related sport department should support the FFA and involved clubs through policy tilt and investment to increase the overall level of A-League in order to improve the competitiveness of A-League to other leagues such as J-League and K-League. Meanwhile, more broadcast is needed to make the football to become the top-tier sports among the traditional sports in Australia. Improvements to all selected training sites. Those selected training sites could be offered to A-League and the lower league clubs to replace their present one to reach a higher standard of facilities. Moreover, those advanced sites could be seen as the modules or examples of the good training sites, and the existing sites could fix their equipment and venues depends on them. On the other hand, those training sites could be opened to public to get a wider involvement of residents. It could be impressive for normal people to experience the high standard facilities and venues. Some community football organizations and schools can also use those sites to hold competition so that more and more people will pay attention to football and take part in it. One annual B2B event in each market. AFC could find some Australian companies which has the strong influence on the local market to design some bundles for promoting not only AFC but the companies themselves. To be specific, for example, Boost could be one of the target companies to cooperate with AFC, since Boost have an image of sports and youth. They can release a bundle that customer can get an AFC official authorized football or souvenir for only $6 with any Boost drink purchased. Considering the costs, the football could be made by cheaper materials or a smaller size. Meanwhile, mobile game companies could also be the target. A football game could be created with the authorization by AFC. The data in the game could use the real-life statistics with the authorization, while other games cannot use them because of the authorization issues. The real names and the real national teams used in the game will increase the sense of identity for the players and to improve the competitiveness to other mobile game companies. Implement an education program that supports FFA's targets. Cooperate with local communities and schools. Develop the education program from primary school to high school. Specifically, some fun football can be introduced into the neighborhoods, schools, even shopping malls. School students will be introduced the football in an early time by the teachers sent from AFC or FFA, and more passers-by will get influenced and participate in the fun football. The earlier age children contact with football, the easier it will become to be their hobbies. Therefore, the education program should be treated seriously and well planned. And now let's talk about the stakeholders. The term stakeholder can be used in a wide range of individuals and groups and has no uniform definition within the literature. However, the definition of event stakeholder can be explained as the groups or individuals who are affected or could be affected by an event existence, such as the mega event, AFC. The local organizing communities are supposed to spend large amount of time and money to build and maintain relationships with various stakeholders to acquire the necessary resources to host events effectively. Those partners or stakeholders are organizations, groups, and individuals who can affect or be affected by the AFC. Hence, stakeholders and event are mutual benefit. In this case, Australian government can be seen as one of the key stakeholders because of two reasons. Firstly, the government have already raised 61 million Australian dollars for funding the event. In addition, the government invests an amount of capital on event venues and training sites. Those are all beneficial for the AFC event and ensure the event can be hosted successfully. Similarly, Australian government could also obtain benefits from the event. First of all, government could create a sense of national well-being due to the registration and improvement. Moreover, Asian Cup builds a bridge between Asian countries and Australia, which means Australian government is able to promote diplomacy, tourism, business, and social engagement with Asia through hosting the Asian Cup. Furthermore, some of schools and sports clubs are also the key stakeholders. There are numerous benefits by utilizing the social legacies of the AFC. Asian Cup motivates people's enthusiasm of playing football. This trend provides an opportunity for schools to develop football courses and encourage sports clubs to arrange more football training sessions to attract more people to participate in. Beyond that, it can cultivate and reserve talented football players for the future AFC competition. Thirdly, some football organizations and relevant enterprises are also key stakeholders. In the first place, the IFFA and A-League acquire more membership and registrations due to the influence of the AFC. Then, the related industries such as Boost and the game software development companies, which are mentioned in our plan, can get benefits from AFC as well. For example, their product sales will rise on account of the cooperation with AFC. Besides, social media is also the key stakeholder that includes TV channels, broadcasts, newspapers, and internet-based media. Media and mega events are community of interest. The Asian Cup can acquire a vigorous promotion through the social media. Also, some media can build their audience profile by broadcasting or reporting the international mega event and football. Lastly, the local communities are the key stakeholders as well. From the social legacy or environmental legacy, they are able to enjoy the convenience from the advanced infrastructures, well-developed transportation systems, and more beautiful cities. To sum up, according to the legacies the AFC provided, this report has suggested more strategies that assist the implementation. Firstly, Football Asian Council could meet the government's objective of improving the relationship with other Asian countries in many areas through planning activities. Secondly, investment from government and increasing exposure from media may attract more people's attentions. Thirdly, those training sites can be provided to clubs or public to enhance the quality of training and experience of residents. Then, AFC could promote itself through cooperation with local companies. Lastly, Fun Football Plan would be introduced to schools and public areas to stimulate interests. Relative key stakeholders such as government, schools and sports clubs, football organizations, and related business, social media, and local communities would get benefit from those strategies.